Do you know of someone, it could be you, who is always plagued with a thorn in the flesh? In 2 Corinthians 12, I believe it's verse 7 to 9, the Apostle Paul talks about a thorn in the flesh that he has talked to God about 3 times, and God decided not to remove it. And I'm paraphrasing, God told him, "My grace is sufficient for you," which tells me that the thorn in the flesh was never removed. I know of many people, including myself, who have had a thorn in the flesh from childhood. I have a sister who is always plagued with headaches. I have another sister who has digestive issues no matter what she does. Well, I'm doing a lot of research for a book that I'm writing right now on menopause. And it occurred to me that the menopausal, the postmenopausal challenges that I'm dealing with right now, which are hormone related to a drop or maybe complete no existence of estrogen, estradiol, and progesterone and testosterone in my body. I feel it's all dried up right now. Nothing is there. And so that has left me with a lot of symptoms that no doctor is able to put their finger on. No one has connected all of the symptoms I have with hormone. So I've done a lot of research, and it's pointing to hormone, because listen, I eat very healthy, I exercise, I'm not stressed, I sleep well, I enjoy life, I'm outside getting fresh air and sunlight. I live a holistically healthy life. So why do I still have hot flash? Why do I sometimes have trouble sleeping? Why am I plagued with this joint pain and stiffness, for example? And I look back as a child, when I first started having my menstrual period at about 11, I had a lot of challenges. And I remember the doctor that my mom took me to see many times said to her, "I think we need to put her on birth control." And mom said, no, she shouldn't be having sex anyway. She didn't understand, of course. But from then on, throughout my adult life, I've had challenges with menstrual period. A lot of cramps, erratic, sometimes it's 7 days, sometimes it's 10 days, sometimes 14 days, sometimes 5 days. I would have nausea, vomiting, headache, a lot of clots during my menstrual period. That was most of my childbearing adult life. Okay? Then when I was in perimenopause, that came with a lot of challenges like erratic bleeding, on and off, bleeding sometimes for 3 weeks, that kind of stuff. And I remember going to see my gynecologist, and I said to her, "I need to take this uterus out because I can't deal with that." And she said to me, "No surgery is ever minor, so no. You're going to be in menopause very soon, so just do the best you can, to deal with it." And then I hit menopause at 50. I didn't have any period for a year, and I went straight into menopause. And with that came its challenge. But fortunately, because I changed my lifestyle and embraced a very clean eating and exercise, etc., for about 12 years, I was pretty much free of most symptoms, and those that I had were mild. Then I got to 62 and a half, almost 63, and boom, it's like I got a second wave of menopause. It just hit me like a brick. And now that I'm doing my research for my menopause book, I've come to realize that from 11, I had been having hormonal challenges until now I'm 64. I've made the connection. No physician has, but I've made the connection. I guess that is my thorn in the flesh. But as my sister would say, we do the best to take care of our health. It doesn't mean that we're not going to have problems or we're going to avoid everything. but at least we have a fighting chance. A fighting chance of overcoming the health issue, a fighting chance of minimizing the symptoms, a fighting chance of doing the very best that we can do despite this thorn in our flesh. If you have a thorn in your flesh, a little bit of propensity to be depressed, to be anxious, the headaches, the migraines, the joint pain, and you're doing all that you can to reverse these things, but you still have that thorn in your flesh, I encourage you to keep it on, and never give up. Keep doing the best that you can to take care of your health, because you have a fighting chance of doing well if you get a diagnosis, for example, that is not so good. Stay tuned for my book, my menopause book. I'm doing a lot of research. I'm uncovering a lot of information that I believe will be helpful to you as a girl, as a woman, middle-aged, older woman, younger woman, and even you men who have women in your lives. I believe that you will learn a lot as I unpack a lot of information to share in my upcoming menopause book. Stay tuned. This is Marva Riley, and I'm here to serve you, to share anything I learned to help you to become and remain the healthiest version of yourself at whatever phase you are on this life journey.